What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out, actually, this is a really special day. So the developers of Endless Dungeon reached out, and they asked if I wanted to be part of the closed beta, and if I wanted to show it off while we were actually playing it. And I said, yeah, dude, I really like all of the Endless games. I think they're all great. And so today, that's exactly what we're going to do. If you've never seen Endless Dungeon before, I covered a very limited alpha of it about a year ago. I'm happy to say that what we're covering right now is almost, it's not completely different, like it's the same gameplay, but with a lot more stuff unlocked. Like they're really cutting the players loose inside of this closed beta. So we're going to dive on in for about 30 minutes and see if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or pass on. If after watching this, you wanted to get the game for yourself, it's not coming out until October, but I will have a link for you down below in the description. On top of that, you can take a look down below and you'll find a link to my Twitch stream. I'm going to be streaming this live on the day that this video comes out, so that should be Sunday, and I definitely recommend you come join me because I've actually also been invited to be a part of the drops program for this game, where you guys can get cool stuff for coming by and watching the stream. So that's exactly what we're going to do, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get after it. What is Endless Dungeon? Endless Dungeon is kind of a Bermuda Triangle type game. I don't know how to describe it much more than that, but effectively, you are a bunch of survivors of space crashes that have woken up on this space station, and there doesn't seem to be a way out. It goes downwards forever, deeper and deeper and deeper, and there's monsters, but when you die, you end up back at the saloon that's all the way at the apogee of the space station. Now, this game is a roguelite. If you've played the first game, Dungeon of the Endless, which in my opinion is one of the finest games on Steam, this game is very similar to that. The only difference is it's wired up for multiplayer and party-based play, and with a whole lot more stuff to play around with regards to the things that can show up inside of your missions. And so it's had graphical upgrades. It's no longer a pixel art game. It's now a team-based game. You can play solo. All of these little guys have commands that you can give them to stay or to like guard a location, or to follow something or escort or whatever else, or you can have other players play as these guys to help you as you go deep down into the dungeon. Along the way, you are going to be finding all kinds of goodies. You're going to be finding resources that you can take back up to the saloon to upgrade it for everyone inside of there, make your character stronger, get like little goodie basket areas that you can look at like relics and things that you found inside of the dungeon and start piecing together the story of how this place actually came to be. And so right now, what I'm doing is, the ultimate goal of the game is that we need to take this crystal over here, and we need to protect this crystal long enough so that we can find a new place to slot it in, which means that you've beaten the level. We will take it on over to the new crystal slot, and if we can do that without breaking the crystal via it being attacked by enemies, we get to move on to the next level. And in fact, get off there. I was gonna say, dude, that guy just ran straight on by. He didn't even care. Wow, there's a lot of bugs coming through right now. Wow. Okay. You can swap characters at any time if you want. We're probably going to need to set up some defenses. I figured, like, the first wave would not be that bad. But, in fact, the first wave was quite aggressive. Bad guys are going to drop little purple things. Little purple things are called scrap. You can use them to, I think, unlock new crafting stations and new rooms at the saloon. And then you also get energy cores, and the energy cores let you unlock new things that you can slot into your characters to increase their HP, to increase their attack power, to increase this, that, or the other. We've got a research station over here. There are 3 resources inside of this game. They are the same as the resources that you would find inside Dungeon of the Endless. You have science, you have engineering, and you have food. These are kind of the common resource in all the Endless games. Also dust, which you can see right here, but we're not going to talk about dust just yet. It's not super important. Science allows you to research new turrets on any given run. Engineering allows you to build new turrets on a given run. And then food allows you should think of food as like XP. So food allows you to buy mods for your characters that will make them stronger. It allows you to buy medkits and things like that that will heal your character and make them stronger. And so just keep in mind, food is kind of one that can make interesting changes to your character and build as you go through the dungeon. Now, you're noticing there's little pluses right there. What does that mean? That means the same thing as it did in Dungeon of the Endless. It means that every time I open a door, nothing in this game happens until you open a door. It was the same mechanic in the first game, like on a very, very, I guess, esoteric level or I guess on a philosophical level, this game is almost turn-based. So it's got real-time combat, it's got real-time interactions where you're fiddling with stuff on the game world map, but nothing happens until you open a door. Like, opening a door is effectively ending your turn in this game. When you open a door, you generate more resources. You've got a little sound wave thing right here that tracks your chances of triggering a wave every time you open a door so that you can prepare more effectively. And then on top of that, enemies can spawn randomly depending when you open certain doors. On top of that, opening up doors is not guaranteed to be safe. Sometimes there will be an enemy spawner, and those are denoted by these red rooms. Oh, got a few bugs. That's denoted by the red rooms that you're seeing right here. That's where you've got to think about where you want to place your turrets in order to create choke points that can hold back the never-ending tide of enemies. Now, what is different about this game from Dungeon of the Endless? What's different about this game from Dungeon of the Endless is, increase elemental power of fire? Yeah, let's do that. I've got a fire SMG, and we seem to be fighting bugs on this floor, and that's one of the fundamental differences. In this game, there are different enemies, and different enemies have different resistances, and they have different strengths. I don't think that was a thing in the first game. You just had various status effects that you could put on enemies in the first game. In this game, there's 3 different types of enemies. There's robots, there's bugs, and there's slimes. You use electricity for robots, you use fire for bugs, and you need acid for slimes in order to kill them effectively. And so every single gun in this game, every single weapon, every single turret, every single item has an elemental efficiency, or it's non-elemental, to help you decide how it is that you want to fight the enemy. Oh, that's not good. Okay, we gotta fall back. We gotta like choke point over here. Let's put in a straight shooter right there. We'll put in a straight shooter right there. Hopefully that's good enough to hold them back. I don't know. Every single character also has special abilities in this game. In the first game, your characters had things like they walk faster while carrying an object. They had different stats that were like how good they are at melee, how good they are at carrying the crystal, how fast they move, how strong their ranged is, that kind of stuff. This game, you kind of have that in the respect that it's a little bit more mobile-like. Your characters have abilities now that they trigger. You can see them in the top left corner. Different characters do different things. Some can lay down landmines and all kinds of craziness like that. Some of them can lay down, huge suppressive fire. Some of them have healing utilities. Some of them have things you can play around with that buff up the team. Oh my god, there's so many bugs coming on in right now. Just keep shooting, baby. That's the only way we get through this. Just keep shooting. Wow, I am really impressed that we completed that wave without dying. I expected to die horribly right there. That was a lot of shoot 'em up, bang bang cowboy stuff right there. This is kind of a gnarly level. This is being a lot more challenging than I thought it would be. I breezed through the first level without any problems whatsoever. The Argent Harbor or whatever it is. You unlock different levels as you make it further and further on in, and you pick which one you want to play. Depending on what you're into. And every single character, along with their abilities, they all have personal quests. These personal quests, my medic, this guy right here that I'm currently playing as with the SMG nail gun, my medic has a quest to come down in here with this girl and complete the first stage of the first level in order to unlock the first tier of her talent tree or his talent tree. And so anyways, everybody has weaponized quests in this game. You've got to do certain achievements and tasks in order to unlock layers of these guys' talent trees so that you can level them up and make them stronger. And so that's why I'm playing this character right now. I tend to like the characters that specialize in SMGs and fast firing rate weapons. That's just me. I do not like semi-auto weapons. I do not like sniper rifles. I don't like shotguns. I almost universally play the Mac 11 option in every single game, or the 249 option with the heavy LMG that's just I like the DACA, man. I like the DACA. I can't help it. I enjoy the DACA. It pleases me. Actually, before I pop this gate open, let's go back, and we had another engineering station over here that I can turn on. There we go. Give me more industry production. I need more industry. See, it's science, industry, and food, I think, is the names. The turrets also level up, so each of these turrets has an internal XP meter. And as it fills up, they'll start glowing, and you can smack them, and it upgrades them to the next tier, which is really nice. What does this guy have? So for industry, he'll sell me some guns, or he'll let me fire faster. I kind of dig that idea. Hopefully his stock stays the same. I'll probably buy that. I'm a fire rate junkie. There's also loot in some of these rooms. So if you shoot these little containers, sometimes little pips will fly out that give you extra food or industry or whatever else. That's a dark room right there. A dark room, you can't build inside of it. You can't put turrets inside of it. You can't put nothing inside of it. It's just kind of there. You can get like a dust moat, which will allow you to light up that room, which I think neutralizes the spawn. That's what it did in the first game, as I recall. Enemies couldn't spawn inside of a lit room. But let's try it. It looks like they still spawn inside this room, but we can build turrets inside this room. Now, I wanted to test it because I think in the first game, you could light and unlight rooms whenever you wanted to. Oh, they're attacking again, eh? Not great. Give me a few more guns, I guess, and then we'll try to hold down on this direction. I don't know, dude. The last wave was pretty bad, so a special wave is incoming. A hungry wave. Okay. I don't know how I feel about any of that, but let's get to it. Oof, we've already lost a turret on that side. Phil's ripperoonies. All right, we got to come back down this way because they are coming. Oh, boy, dude. We got contacts everywhere. We got little red dots all over the place. It's going wild in here. Get them bugs before they get on the generator. Yep, get them out of here. I can't shoot in every direction, but I can shoot in some directions. One thing I find thankful about this game is actually it's more of a twin-stick shooter than it is a lot of other things because your characters do not reload or anything else like that. There we go. Upgraded turret right there. Let's do it. Did any of my other turrets level up? Like, some of these guys have to have leveled up, right? It does not actually look like they have. Maybe if they die, it resets their XP. I'm thinking that must be the case because these guys down here have been killing lots of enemies. And so, in the first game, you could just upgrade them when you had the resources to upgrade them. In this game, oh, did I lose all my generators? Oh, I did. Look at that. They broke off the path and wiped out all my generators. What a bunch of turds, dude. Well, that's going to make things complicated, but we can get the crystal over to here. We're good. So let's go ahead and grab the crystal real fast. Actually, I can grab the crystal from over here. This game has lots of quality of life. So what I can do, for example, is I could tell the crystal to attack this. Then I can teleport back to the crystal in order to protect it by holding down the out key. Just a lot of really good observations by the developers on things the game needs in order to flow well and not be unfair to the character. Like I've had lots and lots of maps where it's a long walk down like a singular hallway to get after the new objective for the crystal, and that's very, very difficult to stay on top of just due to the fact that you've got to run that entire hallway after triggering the objective to get back in time. What I like about this, you just teleport right on back, and you can do that whenever you want. It doesn't even matter. Teleport back whenever you feel like it. Now, the crystal's going to come over, and it's going to interact with this breach door right here. And we need to hold for just a few seconds. So hold we shall. And of course, if any of these little buggy boys wants to drop anything decent for me, I'm not going to complain about it either. I mean, I do love my looting and my shooting, my schlooting. The whole schlooting scheme. Upgrade those. There we go. Oh, one got through. One got through. Get off my bot. I just got to beat this first level, and I unlock this lady's talent tree. Or are you level 3? Hold on. Oh, no, you're level 2. All right. All the turrets do change appearance when they level up. They get a brand new graphic. It looks pretty cool. They get new gun barrels and stuff like that. And we've now been teleported inside the new airlock. We survived to the second level. It's going to tabulate everything that we did. It's going to give us a bunch of bonuses for like all of the doors we opened, all of the resources we produced, all of the people we fought. Your resources do carry over. That's why it's really bad that we lost our resource generator on the way out. The good news was we only missed out on 1 door's worth of resources. So we would have had 18 right here instead of 10. So it's not like we lost them in the first wave and then we opened 7 doors or 8 doors in between coming in here. So honestly, as far as damage control goes, what actually happened here is that I overspent on turrets that were not being effective. There we go. We've got one generating right there rather than actually mismanaging the protection of my generators. Unless they died earlier than that. They may have died earlier than that. I don't know. Maybe I just noticed them dying much later. Oh, there's another one over here. Good. We need 20 to get that up and going, but I do want it up and going. Red doors, they have to be unlocked via, like, you'll find breaker boxes every now and again. Those breaker boxes will allow you to open red doors. That's a medkit dispenser, so for 20 food, we can get a medkit. I did want to spend some, it kind of sucks. I wanted to spend some industry on that plus 4% fire rate per enemy in the room. Apparently, we're perfectly safe right now. You will find lore all over the place inside the dungeon. It does keep track of them. It puts those things inside of a special room called like a reliquary or something that I've already unlocked inside my station on my first run. I'll try to show you the metagame completion. In fact, probably what I'll do is I'll throw once we get to a certain point. So we're up against robots on this floor. We're probably going to want to focus on electrical weaponry. And also electrical turrets. I don't think I have any electrical turrets, though, right now. But we have unlocked a spawn, so now, unfortunately, the danger level is going to go up every time we open a door. Womp womp. That's the way life goes. Let's move down this way. I love how zippy they made the characters in between waves, too, like as you're running around. A fountain of youth. When you discover this, it heals everybody. Nice, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Yellow door. Connect a crystal bot to the slot within the room adjacent to this one. So that room right there. All right. We will see how it goes. I still think we have other activities that we need to... Oh, we're getting free food production out of that, too. Well, that's nice. That's fun. Another spawner, eh? So we've got bugs and we have bots. Okay. I'll keep that. I don't remember what this is. What does this thing do? Oh, yeah, it's the breaker box. That's what unlocks the red doors. That's right. I was going to say, I recognize it, and I can't recall what it was. So apparently I'm smart enough to remember that breaker boxes open doors, but not what they look like. Rip. What we need to do is we need to find a research station. If we can find a research station, we can research electrical and flame. Oh, we got a... Okay, I guess a wave is incoming. Didn't really expect that. The good news is all of the enemies are coming from a singular direction, which makes me think we should be able to churn through them. Yeah, everything is collected inside of a single choke right now. So I think if we just hold out right here and we make sure that these turrets level up, it'll be all right. Like, I think we got a much more favorable floor plan this time around than we did on the last level. Like, that was one of the big things in the first game was, like, certain floor plans, man. Like, you would get certain, like, three-way junctions and next to another three-way junction, and you just be hosed. And so the way that you chose to unlock the map in the first game, Dungeon of the Endless, was principally important. Like, a huge part of the meta is knowing what doors to open and what doors to never open because it makes your defensive line weak. That's a big robot right there. We all good here? I think we're solid. All right, we killed them all off. We could open up the green door right here, but the green door kind of worries me. Like, I don't know if I want to. I sort of feel like I want everything. Well, I have to. Never mind. Okay, well, we'll open the green door then. Never mind. The characters are voiced. They do have little dialogues and things that they say. Move this to the drill. This can be used to upgrade the crystal bot. Get ready. You will face a monster wave until the bot is connected to the slot. Okay. Yeah, I guess move to drill. I mean, we've still got the same choke point that we already had, so what am I worried about, you know? Yeah, we just, like, choke up right here, do our thing. I think we'll be alright. She's got a giant autocannon, in case you're wondering what she does. I've been playing this guy because I think the last beta that I played, you could only play as the big robot with the riot shield and this lady. I don't think you could play in the last thing that I played. Okay, Crystal Bot upgrades ready to go. I don't know if he's going back to a slot right now or if he's coming to me. It appears as though he's coming to me. All right, fall back for a second. We're probably going to lose these turrets. Come on, Crystal Bot. All right, fall back, fall back. Displace like crazy. Crystal Bot, you go right here. All right, now we just got to protect the dispenser over here that's creating all of our industry. If we lose that this early, it's really going to suck for us. So I would prefer not to. Loving the enemy density, by the way. Some really strong decisions here with both the visual design, the sound design, and then on top of that, just the right amount of mayhem in these waves, in my opinion. It's just like right on the nose. There's enough enemies to where it feels intense, and it definitely feels like a swarm survival game, but there's not like so many that the entire monitor down here is crawling with them, and you're one-tapping every enemy and killing a dozen with every AoE, although that would also be awesome. Like, I'm also down with that gameplay now that I think about it. We definitely need to find a science station. We're in deep trouble until we do some science. That is unfortunately where we're at. Oh, it just gave me an extra dust mote. Gotcha. I don't know if that was worth it. What is this thing? Nothing? All right, fair. Spawner, what do we have in here? What is that? Triggers wave. Oh, we can mine out a bunch of food. What does this guy have? Oh, he's still got, 25% fire rate on neutral weapons. Gotcha. A handgun boomstick. Okay. And so those are the doors. Like, I had to slot them in right here in order to open these two doors, which effectively look like lootbacks, I guess. Hey, science machine. Nice, dude. Okay, so we definitely want the flamethrower. We're going to get the flamethrower. I got to teleport back to the crystal to protect it because, once again, we only have spawns on this side right here. So we're in like a really, as far as this game is concerned, we're in a super advantageous position right now when it comes to defending. The enemy's going to have a really hard time breaking through here. I really wish these turrets would level up. That's what I strongly crave would happen. Good. I love that, like, all of the bugs, when they die, they leave, like, flaming ashes on the floor when you shoot them with a fire weapon, and they, like, melt when you shoot them with a corrosive weapon. Lots and lots of scrap here for upgrades when we get back to the main station. But for now, we need to do another research. So we just unlocked a flamethrower. That's really, really good. The flamethrower should give us a means to kind of like mess with spawns trying to go through that door right there. It's a little expensive. I don't want to go crazy with it. Can I like... I wanted to see if I could break these guys down, but I guess I can't. I wanted to see if I could recover some resources. All right. Back and away we go. We are not going to want to open those doors under any circumstances. Do we have a Tesla ball, electric damage, and an acid sniper? Okay, yeah, let's get the Tesla ball next because I haven't been spending like any of my science. And so I'm just trying to make sure that I've got things unlocked for the rest of the run that'll allow me to attack enemies of each type and kind of lock down their spawns in a nasty way. Flamethrowers appear to be doing all right down here. I guess it kind of depends how much they get focused on by the enemy. But I bet with an upgrade, they'd be looking pretty good. Loving all the graphics effects right here. Good looking game, man. Very comic book styled and very contoured, but at the same time, very visually identifiable. Like, I haven't had any problems with target selection, figuring out who to shoot at. It's all been going pretty well. I think that should be the last of the wave. Whoa, calm down, Turbo. You and your death ray. Hey, you leveled up. Good for you, champ. Either you guys level up? Nope, didn't level up. So as you can see, now it's got double barrels on it, and it fires 2 bullets at once. Bop, 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 bop. It gets stronger. It's good to keep your turrets alive. We're kind of coming up on the end of the actual video. Like, we're coming up on 25, 30 minutes, and I did want to show you some of the metagame progression So let me go ahead and blow up my crystal real fast. I'm gonna let my crystal get blowed up. And once my crystal done get blowed up, then I'll show you what the actual progression of the game looks like. Unfortunately, the bot is now dying, but I do love the little analog sounds and whatnot that it makes, like the whizzes and the burrs and all that kind of stuff. So the crystal has been destroyed. We're going to get done. It's going to tabulate even more of what I did on that run. You're going to get even more bonuses, so on and so forth. It goes through all the stats, and then it's going to send you back to the saloon at the top of the station. So here we are. Inside the saloon, as you complete different tasks, different Hades-style conversations are going to open up with different characters inside the bar, sort of speculating about where all this is going and, like, what this all means and how many hundreds of years have we been trapped here. Like, we don't even know the passage of time. This is where you're going to upgrade your character. You gather cells. So, for example, I unlocked her first tier by finishing off her quest, which was just to beat the first level on a team with Zed. And so it looks like she can get more efficient, she can get faster, she gets critical hit chance. Probably take the critical hit chance. On this character, I took the movement speed because that big old Mrs. Incredible ass just keeps that robot moving slow. And so we've also got another... We've got another tab over here where we can upgrade weapons. So you can go through and you can add mods to your weapons inside of here if that's the thing that you want to do. These also cost cells. I assume at some point there's going to be lots and lots of tiers till you get up to like max level. And then of course scrap for upgrading the saloon. As of right now I've unlocked the weather eye. But anyways, I need a little bit of time here to talk about what's unfortunate about this game, because there is one glaring flaw here. This is a fantastic game with really good graphics, really good gameplay. It's a lot of fun to fiddle around with. I enjoyed the time that I spent with it. Unfortunately, the developers of this game, probably not even the developers, more than likely Sega as the publisher has done this, they have shoehorned Denuvo anti-cheat into this game, which is hot garbage. It should not be on any game. It's effectively a punishment for paying customers, like people that decided to be honest and buy the game are now rewarded with worse performance. This is verified, by the way, from multiple people in the industry that Denuvo gives you bad performance, and they've just decided to shoehorn that in there. And it's an absolute tragedy, because other than that, they have a really awesome, very sellable, very enjoyable game that I have not found too many problems with. So unfortunately, as long as Denuvo anti-cheat is in there, very, very tough recommendation. I'll still be streaming the game on the day that this video goes live, but you have been warned that if that's going to be something that 100% crosses the game off your list, it is here. And at this point, it's very unlikely they're going to remove it. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. This wasn't really an indie game, but it was a lot of fun. Alas, Denuvo anti-cheat. I'll see y'all tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. It's time for me to go.